So starting the test drive in the Suburban, the 6.2 pulls, really like that. Yukon XLs, Suburbans, Tahoes, regular Yukons, doesn't matter. You have that engine in one of these, you have what, 420 horsepower, which is a lot for a vehicle in general, but specifically you know, a mall crawler. So really like these engines. Are really fun to use, and they allow the tow capacity on these to be pretty hefty. Now you're getting 14 miles per gallon city, 18 highway. So you got to keep that in mind, and that's if you're going easy on it. But I'm gonna slow her down just a tad here and then give her a pull. Not too much, because this thing has like 5 miles on it, but I'll give it a little something. Here we go. So I mean, gets up to speed very nicely, relatively quick. And again, this is for a very heavy SUV. I have the lane centering on now. And I want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Suburban today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. For the air suspension, magnetic ride, it's just a really nice ride coming down the road here. Very luxurious feeling. Wind noise, not bad. And honestly, the tires aren't as loud as you would expect for 22-inch wheels. So I mean, so far I'm just impressed with the overall, you know, quality of the ride coming down the interstate. Now, in terms of what you get for the money with this Suburban, $99,774, basically 100 grand. There's a lot to love here. Tow capacity close to 8,000 pounds. You have quite a bit of room in here for 7 adults, as well as having tons of cargo space behind the third row. And then, you know, it's what comes with the High Country, specifically this High Country Deluxe package, having the power moonroof, having the Super Cruise, having the heated cooled seats. There's so much here. Now, all that being said, it's expensive to own. It's expensive to buy it, first of all. And if you finance it, the interest rates are relatively high than, you know, what we're used to, specifically on these higher numbers. And then you're getting 14 miles per gallon city, 18 highway. And right now, with this whole Iran war where the gas prices are through the roof, it's a lot of money to own one of these. So basically, you need to have borderline G-Wagon money anyway to afford this. But it's more practical, I think, than a G-Wagon. Just in terms of the space, the overall usability, and it's less flashy as well. Even though this is a High Country, I feel like this is a bit more subtle, which is why a lot of people go with these instead of going with, let's say, an Escalade anyway. But I think there are a lot of modern touches here. I don't know if it feels as futuristic as, let's say, a Grand Wagoneer or something like that, but I think it's, again, it makes sense. It's a good option. You still have buttons and knobs for all the important stuff. Everything's not coming out of the screen. It still feels like a traditional vehicle in a good way. And then having the heads-up display, the rear entertainment system, the second row heated seats, power folding third row. You don't really have a lot to still desire with how this one is equipped. And if you're paying $100,000 for a vehicle, that's kind of what you're looking for anyway. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Chevrolet Suburban High Country.